Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your initials, RA, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. I'm going to listen to your integrated speaking practice test, so let's listen to it all the way first. I'll listen to it a second time and give you comments.
There is a controversy between the reading passage and the speaker about the effects of the internet. First of all, on the reading, the writer gives an example for the negative effects by claims that a 13-year-old girl got robbed repeatedly because of the internet. On the other hand, the speaker gives two examples for the positive effects. One of them is on the economic field, and the second one on the educational field. I totally support the speaker position because, from my point of view, the internet advantages outweigh its disadvantages.
Big mistake on this one. I'm not asking you to explain your opinion, so you don't have to support or reject the information in the reading or the lecture. You simply have to explain it. So instead of taking your position on what you believe in regards to the internet or the effects of the internet on civilization, you should have just explained by giving examples from the listening passage what the economic and educational benefits are. That was your purpose, to explain those things. You left those out. Instead, you put your own opinion in there. So now I'm not quite certain if you understood what you heard in the lecture. Because if you didn't explain what was in the lecture, how do I know you understand it? You see where I'm coming from here? So let's listen to it one more time.
There is a controversy between the reading passage and the speaker about the effects of the internet. First of all, on the read.
Okay, so there's a controversy. You could say that, but it's probably better to just say this. The reading and the listening passage discuss the negative and the positive effects of the internet. If you just do that, that tells you exactly what the purpose of both sources are, instead of just saying that there's a controversy.
The writer gives an example for the negative effects by claims that...
By claiming that, not by claims that. I would say by claiming that. Now also with your speaking, you have to work a lot, I think right now, on your intonation. So when you're speaking, you'll say the reading passage claims that there is this and then there is this other thing over here, and that there is some harmful effects of the internet because a girl was raped by someone she met in a chat room. You're pronouncing all of your words pretty much with equal emphasis and with equal tone, but that's not American English. So in order for you to correct these problems you're having with the intonation, I recommend you go to pronunciation lessons that focus on sentence rhythm and also intonation. Those specific lessons will help you to develop a more natural sounding voice with raising or with higher and lower inflections.
13-year-old girl got robbed repeatedly.
I want to say she got raped. ED there, raped is only actually one syllable, that word.
Because of the internet. On the other hand,
that was a good use of the transition word on the other hand, because now you're showing how the information in the listening passage disagrees with the information from the reading. Now what I'm looking for is, as you talk about the lecture, you have to do two things. You have to talk about how, according to the lecture, the internet can have economic benefits. You have to give examples from the lecture to explain that. Once you've done that, you have to also show how the lecture claims that the internet can have educational benefits. Again, using examples from the lecture, you have to explain how the internet has educational value. That is what you have to do here.
The speaker gives two examples for the positive effects. One of them is on the economic field, and the second one on the educational field.
That's it. So then at this point, you simply give examples from the lecture to help illustrate those two benefits, and then you're done.
I totally support.
This is where you run into trouble. So now you're getting into I totally support, but that was not the question that I was asking you. So for the purposes of our class, you don't have to worry about giving your own argument in any of the speaking and writing tasks that we're doing in this class, right? I've said this several times in class. I'm going to say it again to you right now, is during this class, during the next 8 weeks, when you're doing integrated speaking and writing responses in this class, I will not be asking you about your personal opinion. Instead, I'll be asking you to re-explain information from the lecture.
The speaker position, because from my point of view, the internet advantages outweigh its disadvantages.
Yes, I actually agree with your argument. So unfortunately, that was not what we were being asked to do in this speaking task. So what's your score here? So if we look at the rubrics here, I think in terms of delivery, your speech is intelligible and very intelligible, but you're having some problems with intonation. Big problems, in fact. Language use, you had pretty good control of your language use, so no problems there. Topic development, the main problem is you didn't really give the most important detailed information from the lecture. You did mention how, according to the listening passage, the internet can have economic and educational benefits, but you did not include any examples from the lecture to support that. Instead, you went to your own opinion, and then you explained why you agree with that position. So you didn't really fully answer the question in the way the question was intended. Your score here, though, still I think you have some pretty good speaking skills. Don't get me wrong, but I think you have some improvements. I'm going to put you at about 2.33 out of 4, or 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. Now, for the purposes, well, here it is. So 2.33, if you look in the syllabus on page 9, that's going to put you at 80% on this assignment. So what do you do to score higher? You have to make some improvements with your sentence rhythm and your intonation. During the next speaking response, if you continue to use a monotone voice and you're not varying your intonation that much, it's going to be tough for you to score higher. Secondly, you need to make sure that you answer the question and don't leave out any important information from the reading and the lecture. And you can definitely score higher than you scored on this one if you can follow those tips.